So, right. Recording in progress. Hello, welcome to my mother's garden in Greece. I'm Emily McGee. I'm a health and nutrition coach, and I use ferments with my clients, especially for blood sugar regulation and healthy gut and balanced blood sugar, because I've seen great results when you support the intestines with everything else. So today we are going to make a sauerkraut. Yes, I need to say that I'm not a fermentationist, but I use this in my practice with my clients. And it's probiotics at our fingertips. So for goodness sakes, they should be teaching us this at school. So the purpose of these monthly webinars is just to get it done. So, you know, whether you're advanced, you're a newbie, we're just going to make some and talk in the process. And do feel free to just interrupt and ask any questions. So I've got a purple cabbage, medium smallish purple cabbage. And what we're doing first is we're taking the outer leaves. Well, we're not throwing them. We're going to leave them there. We're going to use them a bit later on. So what we want to do is we want to get
Sorry.
Yes.
Can I ask, does it have to be bio, or is it?
No.
Or does it? It's okay, whatever we use.
Whatever you, yeah. With these ones, it's okay. Yes, they don't get sprayed on. They don't get yeah. They're not one of the vegetables that's been sprayed on. Usually, where they found the residuals of pesticides. So
right, okay,
perfectly fine. Now, if we find bio, fantastic. But a regular one is just fine.
Regular okay, brilliant.
So what we want to do is we want to get shavings of this really thin, because you're going to be lifting it with a fork. You're going to be like a, I don't know, I suppose like a regular lettuce salad. So I'm going to go really thin. You can do this with a knife, like I'm doing. You can do it with a little peeler once you have some edges. This is quite satisfying. Just messy, but satisfying. So that's another way, and you turn it around and peel it. And I'm just trying to make, I like to make them thin. I like them like this. Anyway, so you can do it with this. This is the two hands-on methods. Or you can just chop up your cabbage and plonk it in the Magimix, the food processor if you have it. And then it's done in seconds. But I don't know, I find this a lot more satisfying. Cleaned my hands before I came on, by the way. Always good. Yeah, so we're going to cut it really thin. Now, the cabbage itself isn't very rich in nutrients. It doesn't have a lot. It's a filler kind of. It makes the dishes a bit more filling, your salad's a bit more filling. But it's very good for the bacteria living in our intestines. And what happens when you ferment it is that the fermentation process suddenly amplifies all its goodness that it can have. And it becomes a probiotic-rich food. Right, let me see. I think, no, Sophia's just watching. That's okay. She can't hear us anyway. There we go. There we go. I'm doing a bit of the peeler. Whereas the cabbage itself doesn't have much vitamin C, vitamin K, it has a bit. Once you turn it into sauerkraut, it suddenly has tons of vitamin C, tons of vitamin K in fact, what else? I'm going to make sure I don't lose anything here. Yes, sauerkraut is the highest, has the highest concentration of vitamin C from a food, right? From a food. So it's great for colds and everything. It's high in vitamin K, which means it helps prevent accumulation of calcium in places it shouldn't be. And it strengthens your mitochondria. And your mitochondria are these the tiny energy cells, the things that produce our energy. So if we're low in energy, it's something to do with your mitochondria always. It boils down to how healthy are your mitochondria, how well are they. So by eating this food, you can at least help them. What else does it do? Yeah, it's high in lactic acid. So it inhibits pathogens it improves your digestive enzymes, the enzymes needed to break down food. Yes, and it also helps you absorb minerals, and it supports your immune system and strengthens your immune system. Now, if you are somebody that has a bit of a sensitive intestine and you haven't eaten ferments before, you might have a reaction. I mean, definitely, I used to be irritable bowel syndrome. And when I first had it, I thought, no, I can't do this. There was bloating, there was gas, it wasn't comfortable. And then for some reason, I was drawn to it again a few days later. And I tried a little bit more and I was like, no. I definitely, again, I was bloated. I didn't feel comfortable, but I was taking it very slow. And then a few days later, I tried again, but I let a period in between trying it. And until I was okay to take it. And not only okay, I could feel a lot better. I could feel that I was digesting a lot better. The bloating came down, the gas went down, the bowel movements were better. All these are signs where you can see how is your body inside. So if these things are getting better, I know I'm getting better. Now, we want to weigh how much we've got. And I'm going to see. And a ferment is something, it's a condiment. You don't say, oh, a bit is good, a forkful is good, therefore I'll have tons. You keep it at a forkful a day. It's enough. Apart from all the vitamins and the B, the C, the K2, the lactic acid, this becomes a food high in probiotic and prebiotic. Like before you ferment it, it's mostly a prebiotic, which is fiber, it's food for the gut bacteria. But once you fermented it, you also have good gut bacteria in this. Good probiotics, commensals, they're called, bacteria that support our well-being. So you get more good bacteria and you get the food to keep them there. All right. Okay, keep on there.
Can I just ask?
Yes.
Is it possible to add? Does it matter if your cabbage is organic or not?
It's fine if it is. It's great if it is, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Because, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. They don't get pesticides. They haven't found residual pesticides on them.
Right. Okay. And what about can ginger, raw ginger, be added to a ferment?
Anything can be added. Anything. And it gives it ginger is a brilliant one because it's very anti-inflammatory. And you could do slivers of it and put it in. Yeah, absolutely. You could even add it to this if you wanted. I have tried it with a few things, but yeah, no, you can do it. You can do
All
it.
right. Yeah.
If it's a flavor you like, definitely do it. Now,
right.
what I'm going to do is I've done most of my cabbage.
Yeah.
So I've got these shavings here, and I'm going to put them into a bowl, either glass or plastic, not metal. And it's on scales. We just want to see how much have we got so we can calculate the salt.
Okay.
Right. So there we go. I'm going to start adding mine to the bowl. That'd be nice to get a kilo, but I don't think this is big enough. Right, I'm taking the big pieces. I'm going to just chop them up a little bit more. Let's see. How much have you got there? Have you weighed it?
Yeah, mine's 485.
485. Yeah, 560. Okay, 485. Have you got a kilner jar there with you? Have you got a Wendy? Do you have?
I've got some. I've had to use. I've got big jars like this. I'm just using enormous jars, and then I'll wait on top.
And then I wait on top. Okay.
I'll put the cabbage leaf, you know, the cabbage
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
with the
Right.
weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they work? Yeah, I'm a bit when there's a lot of air in the top sometimes. But you've done this before, so has it worked for
Yeah.
you like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's
Yeah.
good.
But I want to see what you do.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Great. No,
Yeah.
I'm just because if they're not the sealed jars, they can get mold. But that's why, because you've done it in the past, I'm like, okay, you'll know what to do with it. We'll talk about it as well.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just gonna try and get a round number here, 550. I'm just gonna try and get 600.
So shall I try and get 500?
If you wish, yes, we'll just adjust the amount of salt. You'll just put a little bit less than me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've
Alright.
got a bit more cabbage, sure.
Okay, so you're doing 600 and I'm going to be doing 500 in weight.
Yeah. Okay.
My cabbage, yeah.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Helen. I've only just noticed you joined. I'll be sending the video anyway, if you missed the start. Right. 99, 601. Haha. There we go. So just a quick recap of Wendy gets to 500. What we've done is we've made a mess. We've taken shavings of the purple cabbage. Clean hands. For started, let's get the losses here, a few losses. So all we've done is we've done the shavings. We took the outside leaf of the cabbage and then we shaved everything else. And I have 600 grams here of cabbage. Right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add salt to the cabbage and then we're going to massage the cabbage. So
okay.
Himalayan salt is what we need, or sea salt. We've got good kosher sea salt. That'll work too. It's full of minerals and full of goodness. So it's 1 tablespoon of sea salt. Himalayan, is this? Yes. 1 tablespoon of salt to 800 to a kilo of vegetables of your cabbage here. So I've got 600 here, so I'm going to put a little bit less than a tablespoon, really. And for you, Wendy, just, you know, it's over half a tablespoon. We're going to test it as we go along.
Okay, I'm just going to add some ginger to bring up my weight.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Lovely, yes. Anything, any vegetable or substance you add to your ferment, it's going to take its characteristics and it's going to amplify them, the fact that you're fermenting it. Right, so I put the salt in, and I'm going to just start massaging the cabbage. You can see that, can't you? I'm going to go there. Now, what we're doing is we're getting the salt into the cabbage, which will start softening and start releasing juices. And that's the liquid it's going to ferment in. So it's really a very simple way to make natural homemade probiotics. And we get a bit of an arm workout. Now, sauerkraut, like any fermented vegetable, is good in any situation. The only time you might say, you might have to think about it, you might have to talk with your practitioner, see if it's good for you, is if you have SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which simply means flies, which simply means that you have too many bacteria growing, residing in the wrong part of your intestines. They're supposed to be in the colon, but if you have SIBO, they've moved up the canal into the small intestine. In that case, you want to be getting rid of them, not adding more bacteria into your intestines. So that one's one. And the other one is with histamine intolerance. Again, it's a case-by-case thing, though. But if you do have any histamine intolerance, just watch your reaction, see how you are. You know, talk to someone. But everything else, I mean, ferments can help with acne, with anxiety, with allergies, with asthma, autoimmune disorders, candida, chronic fatigue syndrome, constipation, depression, type 2 diabetes, of course, and high blood pressure. There's a fly here that just loves me. Eczema, psoriasis, can definitely seen very good results with that, and in people, and the constipation and the type 2 diabetes, like I've told you. Heartburn, leaky gut, obesity or overweight, because somebody who's obese or overweight has the wrong gut bacteria living in his intestines. You change who lives in your intestines, you change how you feel. ADD, ADHD has shown good signs that it's helped with those things. Stress tolerance, your stress tolerance goes up. And if you're underweight, it helps. Because again, it balances, it improves who's living in your intestines, and it shows on the outside. Now, I'm getting some nice liquid in here. I can't show you because I can't, there you can see all that juice there. Ooh, lovely stuff. So now it's all boiled down to much smaller quantity. A much smaller quantity. Yeah, and I'll just continue pressing it. And there's juices coming up. And what we do now is well, actually, let's taste it, Wendy. Have you been pressing it?
No, I haven't. I haven't put my salt in yet. I was just playing with my ginger. Hang on, it's okay. I've got to find my measuring spoon. Oh, well, oh, here we go. Yep.
Yeah, so you want about over 3/4, say 3/4 tablespoon of salt, and then you start, yeah, the massage.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it. I want to salt sensation. No, you keep going.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm going to see. So when you taste, what is it you're tasting for?
I'm looking for saltiness. I want it to be salty. Maybe not salty, but a little. This can take more. For example, because you want it to be a salty environment, because that's what will help the bacteria grow. I'm putting a bit more in. You want a bit of a kick, yeah.
Okay.
So you put the salt in.
Yeah, I'm massaging now.
Right. Yeah, I've got a bit of juice there at the bottom of my bowl. Where is it? Right there. That's
yeah. Yeah.
See there. Well, right. So I'm gonna try again. With a nice thing. Oh, yeah, that's a tiny. That's nice. That's nice. I won't go too more. It's just you want a little kick. It's the best way. That's the best way I can think of describing it anyway. Right.
Okay.
So what we're doing now is we've got our Kilner jars, and the Kilner jars are the ones where they've got this business on with this.
Yeah. What? Yeah. What did you call it? Because I've never used one of those.
They're called. Oh, I do. Maybe they're not in Australia. It's called a Kilner. K-I-L.
Oh no, they are in Australia, but I've never used them. We use them as storage jars for here.
Oh right, okay. Like it's Kilner is the name of a brand. I don't know what else to call them. That's the problem. It's just the name of this company that makes them. But these are actually from IKEA. IKEA has great sized jars. So I'm making two jars. So what you do is you're putting it in, and you're pressing it down to get more juices out. Where am I? There. So as I press it down, the juice rises up. Oh, sorry, that's airplanes. Put it over my head. Jasper. I'm gonna make the one jar here, the other one's off camera here. Right. Oh, frothy too. Now, so I've put it in and I've been pressing. And you get, I don't know if you can see the liquid. There's liquid there, but I want all the cabbage to be under the liquid, to be covered. You come almost up to here. You want to leave 2.5 centimeters for the fermentation process. It's an anaerobic, process. That's why we prefer the sealed jar, which is why I'm concerned with yours a bit, Wendy. But we prefer the sealed jar. But then it has to get oxygen every few days just to let out the pressure as the probiotics build up and get more lively. So mine's got a bit of foam as well, but that's okay. But I want to keep all the vegetables. Can you hear me with these airplanes?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good, because I can just hear the airplanes. So you want all the vegetables submerged, and to keep it there, you either need one of those glass handle holders or a stone. Whatever was it there? I've got stones from the beach that I cleaned up to use as weights for the ferments. It's another way. And you just, as long as it's similar size to the opening, you use it to keep the vegetables down because they will have the tendency to float. And then you get moldy bits. Or with the sauerkraut, what's perfect is the leaves you cut off before, which you know about, Wendy. Yes. So what I'm going to do is just going to fold it in like a parcel. Wait, there, the size of the opening of my jar, and use it to press it down to keep my shredded vegetables submerged. Now, I don't need to.
Okay, so what?
Yes.
Why haven't you put the leaf in and then the stone on top of the leaf? Why did you do it?
Just that. It's an either or kind of situation. So it's either a stone, because it will clog up my space if I use both of them. It will clog up because you want the 2.5 centimeters about here, this part.
Okay.
Relatively available to the ferment.
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay, I think this time I need to remember planes fly over the head. Right, so yeah, you can use a stone, you can use your leaf from your, okay, hang on. Okay, right. So you can use the leaf, the stone, or you can put, well, I'm going to put the leaf in. I don't need the leaf submerged in the ferment because it's a solid block. It will not ferment. Let me see. There. Okay. So its job is simply to keep the shredded vegetables under the water. So then we close it. You close it. Then I put a label, which I haven't brought out with me, and I won't get it now, but I put a little label on saying sauerkraut. I put today's date on the top, and then I say burp day, and it's been 5 days from now. And then you remember to burp it, and then in 7 days, maybe I might burp it again, but I write the date it will be ready in 2 weeks' time.
Right.
Right. So this has to be stored outside of sunlight. It mustn't be seen by sunlight. So somewhere on the shelf, probably on a plate, because this one's, it spits. I've ruined quite a few walls with all the purple drippings on the walls. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I can't think with this. So you put the label on, and then you put it on the shelf, and that's it done. 3 days from now, you'll go to look at it and you'll see little bubbles forming. You can just jiggle it and see little bubbles.
Okay.
That's a sign of life. which is great. And as I said, 5 days you burp it. You'll be getting an email from me to say burp it. And you can eat it in 1 week from today, or you can leave it and eat it in 2 weeks. I wait 2 weeks, kind of the longer you leave it, the more the probiotics in that, the more the bacteria. So that's a good one. And yeah, after that you store it in the fridge and you go for a forkful a day with one of your with one of your meals. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you an email which will contain the video from this. Hopefully it works properly and you can't hear the airplanes. And I'm also going to send you the recipe because I think everybody should be fermenting. Yes, and it says the benefits, the things I told you about. It tells you how to use it, but I think everybody should be using ferments because there would be a lot less chronic illness if we were all fermenting. Yeah, and we've got a few minutes if you'd like to ask any questions. No.
So you said we burp it twice. It's this Wednesday. It's this Sunday, 5 days.
Sunday in 5 days, and next Wednesday will be a week. You could burp it. It might not need it.
Oh, okay.
It's just like in the 7 days, you could actually what?
You can't just try it though. You're not ruining the ferment process.
No. You could just try it. But when we say burping, it literally means doing this tiny movement. You just do that to lift the lid and close it. That's it. That's a burping. And then later, sure, you can open it to take a piece, close it again. You'll take the thing off. Once the fermented go in the fridge, which is, well, 2 weeks, you take the leaf off. And then, every time you take some ferment out, you just press it down again, but it will stay down. This can last up to 6 months in your fridge. Okay. It's never lasted that long for me, so I hope it does go till 6 months, but I don't have proof because we've eaten it. But so that's it. It's a great food. It's particularly good for the vitamin C and the K2, and we all need that. Those vitamins are antioxidants, so they protect you against the fog, the exhaust of the cars, the stresses. So it's a very good food to have. And Wendy, I hope yours works great.
I have a question. Do you do any other video schools?
Yes, well, I do these once a week on the last Wednesday of each month. And it's keeping you making them, and it's keeping me making them, because I don't make them any other times unless I'm doing a video. So it's part of being well.
Okay, and do you send your clients, people like us, will you send out an email to say, this Wednesday I'm doing a ferment class or whatever?
Yes, I think when I set it up, Eventbrite kind of emails anybody else that signed up, and you get the email for that. And I'll follow up with these for the burping and the when it's ready, which I'll do it in 2 weeks, not 1 week. I just feel that's what I do. Yes, you get informed about the next one. And I think next time I'm just going to make carrot sticks, fermented carrot sticks, because they're refreshing. They're so easy, 10-minute thing. And it's just a nice summer one. And that we'll all have a little jar in the fridge, and then we'll all run out at similar times. So it will be time to make the next one. And we can do, what else do we do? I've forgotten what I'll do. Oh, I make a salsa that's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, my husband wants me to do kimchi, but I just the fish element I can't. But we might try it all together one day. It's just about getting the supplies, getting our house to keep making them, to be reminded that they're important, keep making them. They just help that little bit to keep us healthy.
Yeah, fantastic. And I've been buying ferments, and they're so expensive, and I know that to make them, they're a fraction of the cost.
Fraction of the cost. It just takes the commitment of the time, which is why we do these 30-minute things, and bam, we've all got it done. Great. It's gone now. Done. Next.
Yeah.
By next month, we'll be ready for something else. Yeah, no, it's
And I'll
like
get my jar.
And yours will have better bacteria and probiotics in than the store-bought one because you've made it with your hands.
Right.
So you
Wow.
and anybody in your house will benefit more from your probiotics than from the store-bought probiotics.
Right.
Yes.
Mm.
And that's it. And
Mm.
yes, I'll bid you a lovely day, ladies. Thank you for joining me. And you'll get the
Thank you.
recording.
Yeah.
Lovely to meet you, Wendy. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you
Felicity.
very
Bye,
much.
Bye,
Sophia.
ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.